Ankur's first speech at Highway to Excellence was delivered in the month of October 2019. It was an original story titled Same Boat, Brother. His speech has recently been selected by USA Today for its Storytelling Project. Reflecting on his journey, Ankur recalls the support from his club, mentoring and guidance by a fellow club member, and encouragement by a special person, his mother. Ankur is speaking he's doing his level 5 project, Reflect on Your Path from Innovative Planning Path. His speech is 5 to 8 minutes, and he's going to share his experience completing his path. He's going to use this opportunity to reflect on how far he has come, summarizing the skills he has learned and developed, and to create his achievements. Ankur Bora. A long road to a dream. A long road to a dream, Ankur Bora.
My mother has always been my biggest cheerleader. Whenever I accomplished anything, my mom would tell me, I knew you could do it. But she did not let me rest on my laurels and almost always retorts, what next? My parents belonged to a small town in India. No one had heard about Toastmasters or knew what it stood for. But when I joined Toastmasters, it was my mom who showed genuine interest. Although I was member of Toastmasters for close to 1 year, I could not continue with my program. In between, I joined a master's study with a full-time job and the responsibility of my family. I thought there was no way I could pursue my passion of public speaking. But my mom was not letting my pursuit die. When are you going to rejoin Toastmasters? She questioned me and would not quit asking. It was because of her I joined Toastmasters. She was quite happy about it. My mom, who loves wearing rose flowers, was telling me, my son, always surround yourself with flowers. You will smell like perfume. Highway to Excellence, the club I joined, is an advanced Toastmasters club. Most of the members are accomplished speakers who can provide high-level feedback to the new members. My first speech delivered there in the month of October 2019 was an original story titled Same Boat, Brother. The story was about growing up in my hometown in India, the sweet childhood memories of walking with my friend together. But then how an uprising caused strife among communities and how I unintentionally became part of a mob who threatened my friend and his family. And finally, how an popular singer and his song of brotherhood brought us back together. Highway to Excellence has a unique tradition whereby the speaker, after completion of his speech, is presented with a brown bag filled with handwritten notes of appreciation and positive feedback. They're like mementos which encourage the speaker and also remain as a testimony to his effort. Thanks for sharing your story. I felt like I was there. Your story is incredibly powerful. A person who is appreciated will always do more than expected. The compliments, the encouragement, the recognition that I received lifted my morale tremendously and encouraged exemplary work. as my mom said, it is imperative to surround yourself with people who can challenge you to learn and grow. And at Highway to Excellence, I met such a person, Amelie Moret. She was also the primary evaluator of my speech. That evening, after the end of the meeting, when we dispersed, I happened to meet her at a parking lot and we had a long conversation. My story, Same Boat Brother, carries a universal message, and my dream was to carry that message to a wider audience, and I was seeking her help. Emily, in turn, introduced me to Toastmasters mentorship, whereby an experienced member guides a new member by passing on her knowledge, expertise, wisdom. Emily agreed to be my mentor, and thus I embarked on a journey which gradually molded me into a storyteller. In the next 6 months, every weekend, we met at a common place: the YMCA, the library, the church, the temple. If one was closed, we knocked on the other. We were relentless. The first lesson that I learned from her was how to animate my body and voice to express my emotion. There was an incident in that story when someone from the mob threw a burning stick. I was scared for them. They were scared of me. But when I uttered those words, Emily told me to lower my voice almost to a whisper. The conflict in my emotion, the fear, the shame, the sadness called for a quieter voice. I was afraid for them. They were afraid of me. Towards the end of the story, a special event, a procession led by a singer, and his song of brotherhood brought me and my friend together. Emily showed me how to utilize the technique of body language. Raise your hand to the sky to show the feeling of liberation, and open your palms to signify the transformation and the expectation of better days to come. Emily thus infused in me a sense of purpose, and after 6 months of intense training, I truly believe in the universality of my story. USA Today Network has a special program called Storyteller, which produces shows across 20 cities in the United States. The shows showcase a diverse line of storytellers presenting their unique stories. Authors, singers, performers all share their unique story throughout. Towards the beginning of this year, I submitted my story, Same Boat Brother. Each year, the organizers handpick the best stories from hundreds of submissions, and I was delighted to receive my acceptance of my story. Looking back, it occurred to me that it was my mom who questioned me and who insisted on me being with people around who can inspire me. Today, in this moment of accomplishment, when my story is accepted by prestigious USA Today, I could hear her lovely and clear voice in the back of my mind. Friends, it all started because my mother asked me one question: why did you quit Toastmasters? And my mom did not let it go. Mr. Toastmaster,